All right, good people. I am back with another video.
Oh, shoot.
Look at my loctician. Say hello.
Hey. Hey.
I wanted to show you prior to my retightening. I wanted to show you what I look like, what my hair is looking like, what my journey is looking like, what this good grid pattern is looking like, and what this good new growth, let me get close, looking like.
Ooh.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, y'all, let me sit down. This is 6 weeks. Don't do this. Don't do what I do, okay? That's too far apart. And it's only because my life is very busy, but that's not what you do. You want to I want to typically stay within maybe 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks apart. Am I retightening? Is that right?
4, at least 4 to 6. 4 to 6 weeks is good.
4 to 6. 6. I ain't that bad.
It just the longer you wait
It just look like a lot of
new growth.
New growth.
It's just the longer you wait, the longer it takes. That's all.
All to retighten?
Mm-hmm. Because you do get more new growth as you let your hair grow.
I'm trying to cover this zit, y'all. But anyway,
nobody knows.
That's good information. That the longer you take between your retightening sessions, and the more new growth you have, the longer it will take
to get it retightened.
Retightened.
Correct.
I was thinking, because I saw this, you can't believe everything you see, but I saw this Instagram, and on there she was saying how if you stretch it out too far, that the it will cause thinning. It will cause thinning, and it will cause like some gaps or holes in your locks or something because you stretch the retightening process out too far.
No, holes are created because they're looping in the same direction that they just looped in. That's how holes are created. Holes aren't created no other way.
So am I doing damage to my lock journey by stretching it to 6 weeks? I won't go past 6, y'all, but
no. I personally recommend 4 weeks when you get them established, just because we can, 4 weeks is just enough new growth that if you do have slippage, I can work that, repair it out.
And what is slippage?
Where the lock unravels.
Y'all hear that? That's like, cause look, man, y'all hit me up last video. It was just on a whim. And y'all was calling me, messaging me. I'm trying to make this video as detailed as possible so y'all can have all the questions that y'all had. If y'all can see my ends like that, somebody asked me, did my ends get curled or something like that? Nope. That's just the texture of my hair. I don't know. It wasn't. My ends have never been curly.
No, your
so
hair
I don't
is
know.
Curly. Your hair is curly. Yeah, it's naturally curly, and that's why your ends are curly like that.
Y'all see the ends?
See those?
So that's how.
So what'll end up happening is once they start to mature, your locking phase, it intertwines on the inside, going from the root all the way down to the end. Once it gets to the end, a ball will form. Don't pull the ball off. And then it'll grow, like it'll come together and start intertwining and doing all this fancy stuff on the outside of the lock. And that's when you'll have a mature lock.
Y'all hear that? Yeah, some information for y'all today, y'all. Because y'all kept saying, well, when you uploading another video, or when I haven't uploaded because I'm just now coming back to get I did have one retightening session in between this one, but I was looking a hot mess and I wasn't about to do no recording that day. So anyway, the other thing is the wave pattern. A lot of people been asking me, even coworkers, like this was a style. It was not. I washed my hair and she told me to band them with rubber bands. And it was a technique, like I put it like this, and then I folded the ends and I put the rubber band around the ends. And some of my locks were shorter, so I had to put the rubber band in multiple locations. And my hair was wet. I was washing it, and I was washing it not with my nails, but I was going like this, like rubbing it in. And when I took the rubber bands off, I didn't take them off the same day I don't think that's what I was supposed to do. I let it dry with the rubber band, with it in the, I braided it. I'm sorry, I braided it, and then I folded my ends up and banded with the rubber band at the tip of the braid. And I washed my hair, I let it dry, and then the next day, or maybe 2 days later at the most, I took the braid out and the rubber band off, and it made this braid out pattern, like this crinkly pattern in my hair.
So cute.
And so people was asking me, did you get your hair retightened? I was like, no. Do you see all this new growth in my head? No. But to them, I don't know, it looked like my hair was retightened. So this pattern that you see now is an aftermath of when I washed my hair and I put the rubber bands on the end, guys. This is not my normal pattern when I get my hair retightened. But I think I'm gonna stick to that because I don't know how to style my locks. And yeah, not well. I don't think I ain't the one that practice styles or whatever. Actually, I think I don't like tension on my hair when you pull it up and do all that styling. But I'm gonna dib and dab in it though. I'm gonna play around with that. Not me. I'm gonna have somebody else style it. And I will show y'all when I get there. But I don't think I have enough length, or I do to style, but for me, for my preference, I don't have enough length to where they won't cause too much tension and they pull it. I want to be like down here somewhere where it don't put all that tension on my hair. But when I get there, I will show y'all that footage. Other thing is how many locks, I asked me, do I have in my head? I have no idea. I ain't counted these. I will count them in another video. And I will put it in the comment section of how many I have. But most people ask that question when you have micro locks or traditional locks. Sister locks, it's all about the grid and the texture. And go ahead.
Well, it is about the number of locks. So with sister locks, you should have at least 400. At
minimum?
Minimum. And then it would increase based off density more than anything. So the less dense your hair is, technically the more locks you should have.
The less dense your hair is, the more locks you should have. And my hair is thick.
Correct.
So I should have when your hair is dense, you have what?
You don't have as many locks. You would still get within that 400 range. But you shouldn't have like 600 locks technically. And
I didn't want, look, when I had the traditional locks, and I would still like to say my traditional locks was still kind of micro because they were small. But the reason why I did not like them, you guys, is because I had too many locks, in my opinion. My hair was so thick, and they put so many locks in my head that it wasn't heavy or anything, but it was not manageable. Like I could barely style it. I had no versatility. And I think this time around, because my hair is so thick and I don't have as many locks and they're smaller, it's to my liking. Like, I'm satisfied. Y'all, if y'all don't like something, don't keep it. Like, but that's why you do your research. I wish I would have paid all that installation money and then take my hair. That wouldn't go happen. So I did a bunch of research. I even brought up clients that I saw her put locks in their head, and I asked them, can I go in their grid? And I touched their head. One of them was my cousin, y'all, so it was easier for me. But I know it will be harder for you guys if it's an absolute stranger. You probably won't be able to do all that. But that's why you come and have a consultation and ask questions, because this is an investment. So don't be afraid to ask as many questions as you see fit. And is the consultation fee the same, or it varies?
It just depends on your consultant that you're going to go to. I do encourage people to interview the consultant, because you're hiring her for a job, and you want to make certain pardon me, that you're getting somebody who has a passion for it. Some people, I mean, this is a lucrative business, so certainly you can make good money. But the reality is you also want someone who cares about the quality and the health of your hair. There are a lot of consultants who, some people don't have their crown. And what we don't want to lose is the crown, baby. Some people's crown literally has thinned out. And so you want to make certain that you're asking questions that concern you. I remember the first time someone interviewed me, I took it serious. I started almost sweating. Yeah, because I knew she was hiring me for a job.
Oh.
And she wrote a contract. It was a contract agreement. So she was very serious about her hair, which I was fine with because I know that the work that I do according to my own, if it was me in the chair, right? So if I'm her, I'm working her hair as if it's my own hair. And so I'm very concerned about certain things. So the perimeter, the edges, those thin out. But a lot of my clients have their edges just because I'm very concerned about them. So I make sure that they're the right size. They have enough base, but we're not going to pull very hard on her hair.
And they don't. Let me plug this up, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me before I lose y'all. Then y'all gonna be real mad. All right. So I plugged it up.
So I do think it's important to interview, ask questions. And if they get an attitude, they're just not the right consultant for you. Because ultimately, you could spend a good deal of money, especially depending on, the length of your hair. And you want to make certain that you're in good hands.
And that a lot of people ask me, is it too expensive for me to manage, or is it not only the installation, but after it's installed, their fear is that they can't afford it.
No, you can afford whatever you want to afford. Seriously.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not, I think that's
your hair a
exaggerated.
Priority.
Yeah.
You're going to make your hair, if you're getting your hair done now, just do the math. I mean, literally, just do the math. If you're buying wigs or weaves or whatever you're doing, do the math. Count up the cost. See how much it cost you. That's how I justified my first set of locks. It was going to cost.
See, she got locks, y'all.
I got locks now. This is my second set. I love sister locks, so I'm sold. But the first set, I think I spent like $550, maybe $600 to get them established. I had about 5.5 inches of hair and that was some 8 or 9 years ago. Okay, that was a long time ago. But my retightenings were like $85 or something. I don't know. So I did the math for a whole year. How much is this going to cost me for a year? And it was like $1,200 and I don't know, maybe $60 compared to getting relaxers every 2 weeks, not every 2 weeks, but once a month a relaxer, and then getting my hair done every 2 weeks. I was spending like $1,265.
Like sew-ins, frontals, but I think also it depends upon your preference. If you want to wear your natural hair, like I can still get a sew-in or whatever if the right person do it right. Don't get me wrong. But it's not my preference. I prefer to just wear my hair, my natural hair, and the ease of it just by getting out of the bed. My hair is styled, just going to work. And again, it's affordable. I don't consider, as the consumer, I don't consider that it's out of my means of paying. It is very affordable. It's not. I think a lot of the videos that I watched, because I did a lot of research, I was YouTube and I was Instagramming. I did all kind of stuff. I was talking to people. If I saw somebody in the store and they had sister locks, I stopped them and asked them questions and all that. And I think some of the responses made me kind of afraid to get them because I thought that I will not be able to afford it. And it wasn't like that at all. It's how often do I come? I come like every 4 to 6 weeks. And it's affordable every time I come. It's not a hardship. But because I'm invested and I want sister locks, I guess I make sure that
I put it in my budget, y'all.
It's a priority.
It's a part of my budget,
Right.
I guess. Like,
right. I mean, think about it. I go get me I don't need it every day, but I've been getting me some doggone coffee, y'all. I went from a small to a medium to a large, back down to a medium. But I get a cup of coffee every day from Scooters. And then I call myself getting an extra shot of espresso.
yes.
So
we spend the money. We
do.
spend the money, the same
Count
amount.
up the cost. I mean, I'm not saying that I think you should be able to get whatever your heart desires. And all you have to do is do the math and figure out, like, is it really worth it for you? You don't you're going to wake up with, I woke up like this. Mm-hmm. I know that's me. But you're waking up flawless.
I didn't know it. You are. I cannot express to y'all how much I enjoy having my sister locks. Like, they ain't going nowhere. And she ain't going, honey, I'm traveling to her. She ain't going nowhere. So that was another question somebody asked me. Mm-hmm. They asked me, so you're totally relying, especially those that had sister locks during that COVID. My prayers go to y'all. I don't know what y'all did. But they was like, what if she leave? Or what if, do you know how to do them by yourself? No, the answer is no. I do not know how to. Y'all saw my daughter and y'all was asking me questions about my daughter. My daughter does not have sister locks. She has homemade micro locks that I did, you guys. And so I say that to say, I'm not a professional. I did not go to any trainings, and I do not know how to do no sister locks, which means I do not know how to manage my own hair. Oh, well. I don't know how to interlock or retighten my own hair. So if she was to go anywhere, I will be very upset, and I want her to speak to when when locticians, like, say they move or whatever, or say something happens and an individual does have to change locticians for, like, very extreme reasons. What should a person do in that case, and how can they find, like, they need somebody to retighten their hair?
Well, I mean, the first thing is your consultant should already have established a relationship with some good quality consultants that she would feel comfortable sending her clients to, right?
That's
now,
good stuff.
Yeah. So now, if in the event that that's not the case, you always have the Sister Locks website, right? There are trainees that are trying to get good at this, right? It does take practice. You have to keep doing it. I didn't get faster until I went full time. So the more clients that I had, the faster I became. And so I know time is of an essence with people getting their hair retightened. When you're looking for a good quality loctician, consider what you have with the one you have, right? What do you like about that consultant? What do you not like about that consultant? Write it down, pros, cons, and then ask questions accordingly. I mean, you're still in the process of interviewing. You still want someone who is going to take pride in the work that they do on your head. Because, like, she's a walking billboard for me.
That's
right?
True.
Yeah. So I want to make certain that if I ever have to part ways, I have someone that will, gladly take her and continue this work of art. I'm calling it that, right? Because at the end of the day, I care so much about the health of my client's hair that I want their hair to flourish throughout the time that they have their locks. Sometimes, women, we go through different things, and sometimes we decide, hey, we're done. It took us where we needed to go. I've learned what I needed to learn, and she, may decide to release her locks and start again. You just never really know. But I just would always, the same process is interview, ask questions, especially pertaining to you. Like, how do you, like, just you, because it's also about personality. Like, are we gonna mesh well?
Because you are sitting here, like, getting your hair retightened.
At least a couple hours.
Yes.
At least a couple hours.
And you want to be comfortable. For me, guys, the environment that I came in mattered to me. This is just me. The cleanliness of the environment, the professionalism of the loctician, all that mattered. The distance that I had to drive, that mattered. The schedule had to be in sync with my schedule because of my line of work. So I asked about cancellation policy, like if I have to cancel, if there's any fees involved with that. Because I don't like surprises. When I do a budget, I don't like surprises. I also get a question a lot about coloring. Do I want to color my hair? Of course, I probably want to color my hair, but am I? No. Why? Yeah, I did a lot of coloring when I was loose natural, and I did coloring, I think, one time with my traditional locks. This is just a preference for me. I just like my hair black. I just like the luxurious black. If I do color it, I think I will just put a black on top of my hair already being black. I do want, though, I desire to have like a burnt orange or a reddish color. My only fear, I can't maintain that stuff. It bleeds too fast, and I gotta keep up the maintenance, and I ain't gonna keep up the maintenance, and I don't want to if I already know that my schedule is hectic and I can't keep up the maintenance of color, I don't want to damage my locks. So for me, I'm just staying black. But for those that, as y'all can see, she has colored her locks. She has color.
And go color it again.
Is the maintenance, how is your maintenance, or what is it different when you have color?
No, technically, guys, you really want to wait until you have matured to color your hair. Please do not do like me. Don't do like me.
And I'm not matured. I'm not
matured. I'm not matured. I may look matured, but I'm not fully matured. However, because I know how to retighten my own hair, because I understand if there's slippage or something like that, I can correct that. I went on and colored my hair because I understand what to do should it slip. So the purpose of waiting to get your hair colored, either do it before you get them established or wait until after they have matured. The purpose for that is to prevent slippage. Now, slippage just takes more time, right? It's going to take more time to fix the lock.
Do they pay more if there's slippage?
Well, yeah, if it goes beyond your time slot, right? Or you need so there's no slippage, but just to give an example, if this lock was slipped, I would have to correct all of this. This right here is a little thicker. I'm sure you can tell where it thins out a little. This is a little thicker, but this is all new growth. This is still the beginning phase of her locking journey. We still got a lot of hair to go down, but if this had slipped, well, I got to correct this starting from the area where it slipped and work my way back up. So that's going to take some time. And you really want to prevent that. You want to make certain that you're making the job easy for not just you're sitting here, but for your consultant. If you've got different health issues, take those things into consideration. When I had one client who she couldn't tilt her head forward. So if I asked you to tuck your chin. She could not do that. She couldn't tuck her chin, right? She actually, hold your head up. She actually had her head back like this. And when I say tuck your chin, it went, nope. She had her head like that, and I say, tuck her chin, let me move it for you. And it went just like that. Did it move? It moved, but it didn't help me. So, you have to take into consideration a lot of those things too. When you have different ailments, if you can't sit for long periods of time, maybe it's not something that you should do, especially during the establishment period. Coloring your hair. Let me get back on topic though. Coloring your hair is one of those things that if you want to do it, I say color it first and be okay with the two-tone that you're going to experience. You know, I don't know if you can see my hair. You probably really can't see the different colors. Can you see that? The dark here? Not really.
There we go.
Can you see that
so
dark?
You see the dark brown, and then it gradually goes to her color on the tips.
Yeah, so you got to be okay. You got to be okay with that color.
Well, because you want to wait till it matures before right?
Before you touch it up. Yeah. Now, here's the deal. You can touch up your roots. That's not gonna your roots are already grown out, but the reality is, if you're doing a home color, you already know you're gonna get some color on your hair, right? So you want to be mindful of those things. I mean, if you're able to touch up the roots, and touch them up, but just be mindful that if you cause slippage,
you're paying for it.
You got to pay for it. Now, your loctician, y'all, your loctician is in your head. She's in many heads, right? So she's gonna know when you've done something. She's gonna know. And so when you go, don't be, if she asks you a question and you be like, no, she's gonna know. She's gonna look at your hair and be like, well, why didn't they just tell me the truth? Like, I see that they did this. Like, it's okay. Like, you want to make certain. I had one client, I said, did you color your hair? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, it looks totally different. She was like, I don't know. She didn't admit it until she admitted it, right? So she eventually did admit that. She was like, I felt so bad. I lied to you. And she called me back and was like, I'm so sorry for lying to you. Here's the deal. I already knew. So I'm saying to you, like, your consultant will know when you've done something to your hair. Your consultant will know when you try to retighten your hair. Ooh. You will have combined a lock or two.
I'm definitely not trying that.
Listen, you'll put holes in your locks because you're looping in the same direction twice, and you really should just loop one direction each time. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you want to be certain that you're just protecting your investment is the best way to look at it. Like, if you're gonna spend a couple, $2,000 or $3,000, it depends on the length of your hair, okay? But let's just say, $1,000 to $5,000. I would encourage you to protect that. Mm-hmm. It's an investment. Protect it. Don't be obedient to what your consultant is, requesting of you. It's not recommended to put braids on top of your locks while you're going through the locking phase. But in some cases, it benefits the client. Sometimes I had one client who, when she braided her locks after her retie, she came for her next retie, and she didn't have all this extra hair in the root area. So it really helped her. But then there are other clients, who it will cause more slippage because they're trying to take the hair down or something like that. So just, be mindful if your consultant gives you direction to just really trust her. If you can't trust the consultant,
then you don't need
that's
to go.
In your head, you really don't.
You shouldn't have that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have chose that one if you can't trust them.
Right. And sometimes, our woman's intuition is really where it's at. If you've got an intuition or an inkling that tells you this is the one or this is not the one, you really should try to follow that. And if you're not so certain, then you need to really seek the counsel of God, seek the face of God, so that you know for certain.
Look at her, y'all. She preaching. She done threw God in there.
Because it's serious. It's serious. Because I'm in her head. This is closest. I'm close to her crown, like her mind, her brain. My hands are energetic. Her hair is energetic, and it's real. And so I want to make certain that I'm not transferring any negative energy to her, but I also want to make certain that I'm not feeding her something, from the mouth to the brain, technically. So when you got, I know that I had did a consultation. I didn't even do a consultation with her. I went and got my hair done by one of the ladies that do sister locks, because I was thinking about getting them done, and I sat in the chair and it was boring. And I was sitting there like, yep, she can't be my loctician, not at all, because she don't even talk. You see, I've been talking the whole time. I'm a talker. So, but even the entertainment was boring. Like, it was soap operas on. That was boring.
And the snacks over there, y'all see the snacks.
And so not everybody does that. Like, you have some consultants that charge for everything that they do. Everything. They charge for every everything they give you, everything. And I don't do that. I mean, I think that, you know, my part of appreciation is I understand that people want to snack on stuff, you know. I know people want something to drink. I want to get something to drink, or I want to snack. It's not fair to give it to me and not to you. Right? So, but you want to make certain that you have somebody that you can relate to. You want somebody who is encouraging, who just loves what they do. People who don't comprehend what all is entailed in doing hair, in particular locks. It can be frustrating for the loctician. So have compassion for her, or even him. I know that there are some guys who are considering going into this business. So just have a space of compassion. If you're looking for what you're looking for, it, and don't deny yourself that. But when you got somebody in your head, you got to make certain that your souls agree. Your spirit agrees that this is the right person for you. The same for
respect.
Right.
I know a lot of you guys, y'all also asked about how long. I started in August of 2022. So what, 8 months? August, September, October, November, December, January, February. It's 6 months. Dang, it feels like it's much longer than that.
August, September,
so I guess
December, January, February. It's almost 7. Yeah.
7. So I guess when y'all look at the length, y'all like, how did you start and why you have your length? I waited, y'all. I big chopped my locks off and I waited a year. I grew my loose natural hair for a year. And then I got my sister locks installed. I don't remember. I think I was 7 to 8 inches, if I remember correctly, when I first started. It was about 7 to 8. So my hair maybe was like right here. I knew that I personally was uncomfortable with starting too short. And that's why I waited. And I know that I was not about to get no. People ask me also, can you get them extended? Like fake hair on it, I guess is what.
I don't do them.
I guess you can, but I wasn't interested in that.
I don't do them.
So I didn't want short locks. I wasn't comfortable with wearing my hair that short. I tried that before in my traditional locks. And you have to be comfortable in your own skin for locks, period. It does something to you mentally.
Yes.
It will bring up your beauty is in yourself first. And it will bring up all those things. If you don't feel beautiful with wearing your natural hair, and I guess that even goes for loose natural. I know some loose naturals that didn't feel beautiful anymore and they went back to a perm. If you don't feel beautiful in your own skin and your hair, you're not going to keep your sister locks. You're going to cut them off. And you're going to go back and whatever it was that you were doing before you went sister locks. So you have to be very confident within yourself. And sometimes you can get them and grow in your confidence. You can grow there. I'm married, so I had affirmation from my husband. But it didn't matter how many times he said it. I still need it within myself. Because I still cut them traditional locks off. It wasn't, people kept saying your traditional locks are beautiful. Every time your hair gets long, every time you get a certain length, you cut your hair off. I was not happy with it. If I'm not happy with it, it's go. It's got to go. So I say all that to say, y'all, and know that you really want them when you get them installed. Interview, and make sure you answer questions according to your personality and what you're looking for and what you want. Make sure you count up the costs, that it's an investment. Don't get them and then throw all that money away. Bring a snack with you. If your loctician don't provide it, bring one with you. What else? Y'all asked me about, I don't know. If I believe I answered all the questions that you guys asked me from the previous video. If I have left anything out,
This one.
put it in the comments at the bottom of this footage. And then at our next retie, and I'm gonna put some pictures, y'all, at the end of this footage. I'm gonna put some pictures because I showed y'all my hair prior to the retightening when I got here. So I'm gonna show you the aftermath when I leave and after my hair is fully retightened. Oh, a lot of you guys, and I promise we put this in the first video, but you guys are asking me, where's she located? How can you get in contact with her? She is on the Sister Lock website. That's how I found her initially. I emailed her. All that was on the website, including her phone number. And her name is
Latifah Mason or Roberts. I think it's Latifah Roberts on the website. And I'm located in Independence, Missouri.
Okay, so that's the information as far as her name, where she's located. You can go on the website. I will post pictures of my hair if you basically want to see her work. And you can see that, so you guys can see the pattern. Keep in mind, density, hair texture, all that matters. So I'm posting pictures of my hair and my texture. But I believe that you can get an idea of the quality of what I'm trying to say. The quality of the work that she does and if it meets your expectations. Leave your comments at the bottom of this video. I know we're pressing on time here, but I will make sure I hit y'all up. I always keep y'all on my journey with me. So y'all going to see my growth. Y'all going to see this journey of where I started, how it's going. Y'all are going to see the growth, all right? Hit her up, and thank you guys for watching. We will see you at the next retightening session.
All right, see y'all later. Bye. Shake your head. Look at this. We crispy. Oh, yeah.